All right, Kenman here, and we're pulling from the top shelf today. This one's from the Lanyard Man collection. Sent me a few knives to review, enjoy for a little while, share with all of you. Chris Reeve knives. What are we getting into today? First one of these on the channel. Crucible CPM high performance materials. We have a large Inkosi inlay left-handed. Insigno black canvas micarta glass bead blasted CPM magna cut and titanium. The Chris Reeve experience. Let's get into it. If you have not, do it with me today. Gently place the lid to the side. Here we are, full experience. Screenshot that. Inkosi. This assembly applies to all variations of the Inkosi. Care notes. Nice little card inserts like you're going to a wedding. Very fancy here. Got the guarantee for life from the CRK team. Little timeline of their stuff and awards. Information. And more information. Here it is again. Got that Magna Cut blade, left-handed, Insingo, glass blasted, black canvas micarta, April 15th, 2025. Okay, let's set that info aside. Got a nice sticker right there, which is cool. There is the knife. Also, different clip, some grease oils, some tools. Okay, let's set all that aside and let's look at this knife. There it is, wrapped up all pretty. Anybody have one of these or have another Chris Reeve? Tell us in the comments below. Which one is it? What do you love about it? Discuss. Here we are. Idaho made. Ha. Great start. Good fail. Okay, there it is. Check it out in its glory. Look at that hollow grind. Nice looking shape. What a feel. Like I said, Chris Reeve experience. Soak it in. All right, let's get this out of the way. Get a nice good look at this thing. What do we think? So full lefty version, full frame lock on that titanium on the left side. Drop the thumb in there. Blade goes down. There it is. Flicks out, no problem at all. Get it to drop. Thumb. So the blade is up a little higher. It kind of ramps up. You can kind of see this jimp section here. I like those jimps, and a bunch of smaller jimps, and then one larger jimp there after the thumb stud, and then kind of a rounded crown right there across the back. Feels good. Look at the blade tip getting in there for doing some cuts. As far as a holder user, when it's open, man, this thing feels nice. Good little grip right there. Kind of throws some spots for your fingers to sit. They kind of sit in there fairly well. It's kind of an interesting I don't know if anyone would hold it like that. Kind of leaves this one kind of open. But then you do have that choke up there, which does also feel nice. That rounded top is kind of fun. Jimps are cool as it ramps up right there, so it locks your thumb into that position too. And that choke up spot, even though it's kind of a triangle shape, kind of more of just the sharpening choil, but you can get your finger in there for doing some work. It doesn't bite at you at all right there. I love the shape of this. Look at that hollow grind on the Magna Cut. Ooh, that's money right there. So you got the CR logo there and the Idaho made on that side, but other than that, I don't see anything written anywhere else. So very clean on the design. miss of the thumb stud a couple of times here today. Beating my thumb up, I guess. I don't know. So it's got these little inserts right there. They're raised up. So you can see the titanium's at one level, and then those 4 inserts, 2, or actually only 3. I guess there's 2 on this side, 1 on this side, nothing on the lock bar. They are raised up, so it gives you some texture, some grip. That feels excellent in the hand, just like that. So I noticed you push the lock bar, the blade doesn't just drop down. Gonna have to help assist it shut a little bit, give it a few shakes. The flick out does work great. If I push that lock bar enough, it does drop, but it just doesn't drop fast. Thumb stud, I feel like it's further away, so it kind of seems like I kind of miss it a little bit. Sometimes when they're a little bit tighter, maybe it's easier, but it works. I'm not complaining. I generally am going to flick it out more like that anyway. What would Chris Reeve think about me doing it like that? Comment below. So this little nub right here looks like it could be considered a front flipper. You can front flip it. It is small. It takes a bit to get in there to it, but I just got it first try. Will I even try it again? Probably not. But you can see that little nub sticking out right there. What do we think about this design? So that's kind of cool. No, like a captive pivot. There's a thread on both sides for the pivot, but then this one right here, the stop pin right there, see the blade as it comes back around, hits and stops right there. It has a captive side, so no hole on that side for a tool, but there is on that one. This one has one on each side though. Kind of an interesting design. Got your full frame lock, but it is a lefty, so I'm not going to have any issues with pushing against it. As if a righty were to use this lefty version, getting in here, actually, I can put my thumb on the lock bar and still flick it out fine. So in this case, if you weren't not to get a righty and actually get a lefty version, I mean, not lefty, scratch that, rewind it, play back. If you were to get a righty version and be a lefty, you would still be able to flick it out by putting that pressure on the lock bar. It still works. So that's something to consider. If you do see one and it is not a lefty and you were looking for a lefty, you can still actuate it pretty good. The action is kind of fun. It feels nice. I'm not as excited about it's like if the blade does not close. Can you put like skiff bearings or something on this that like makes it rotate better? This looks like it's just on a big washer plate. Well, some people love these. There's reasons for it. It's a fun knife. It does feel good when it's open. Shake it a few times, you get it to close. I just wish it was a little bit smoother. But it is a fun knife. All right, let's get into this some more. Blade is solid. No play, no movement. Got a strong detent to it. Once it pulls in, but you go to flick it out, it flicks out pretty good. I've failed the thumb a couple of times. I think I wasn't getting my thumb up against it kind of like that, versus you get in there correctly and it'll flip out just fine. What a cool knife. Nice big pile of jimps, as I said. Feel nice, feels good, tight in the hand. What do we think about these knives, huh? Okay, we have definitely a full sizer, 8 1/4 end to end. Blade. Whoa, what have I done? I hit something and I can't find my mouse. We're gonna leave that in. Anybody watch 3D Bot Maker and the DRC X Rally Racing? Pretty fun stuff. Apparently I just hit play and couldn't pause it. Welcome to the fun at Camp Kenman. 3 1/2 on the blade and 4 and just over 3/4 on the handle. All right. I've never actually bumped the mouse and done that before. That's a fun one. 0.13. 0.14. Oh, I was on an angle. So 0.13 carries out to right there. You've got that rounded top, this little relief cut on there. You can see that right up there. And then that beautiful hollow grind that goes all the way out. 0.55 on the handle thickness, thinnest in the middle there. 0.84, thickest at the back. 103, thickest on the blade. 1.10, and this battery will not go away. It's gonna live forever. .86, pretty big knife. So 4.86, I mean, sure, it's heavy, but it's a large knife. So I'd say it's really not all that bad. I like a heavier knife personally. 3.29 on the Kaiser Drop Bear. I'd compare that with everything. 4.86 on the Inkosi. Boom. Kaiser Drop Bear is a great daily carry, full or user, not quite full size. Same size as your bug out, your pyrite. All right, so the CR is definitely bigger, 3/4 of an inch or almost more on the handle, 1/2 inch on the blade. Definitely a larger knife. I didn't really say the clip was swappable. This is a lefty, so obviously it was set up for lefties. As a righty, the clip wouldn't be able to be swapped, so the lefty is the same. Interesting clip design though. Notice the big screws on the back. The way that sits in there. What does everyone think about the clips? I haven't carried this around, so I'm not really sure how well it works. I'm not really going to be carrying it around. I'm going to enjoy it at home for a couple days and then send it back to Lanyard Man in the same condition it's in. I don't want to damage this or mess it up at all. It is a beautiful knife though. So he has used this. You can see there's a little sticky residue on the tip there. I always do paper cut tests. Yep. That is very, very sharp. Did you see that curly? Woo, little skinny one. Curled all the way out. That's definitely an 8.5, 9 out of 10 on the sharp scale. And it's been used, so that just shows you quality of that MagnaCut from Chris Reeve Knives. Oof, these are great. I don't know when the next time I'm going to look at a knife like this or open it as poorly. I tell you what, that's how you finish out a video, Kenman. Really cool stuff though. Thanks again to Lanyard Man. I'm going to check out a couple more. I think I've shown most of his already from this batch that he sent. So I'll get the rest of them sent back. Tons of more fun stuff like this in the future. If you like knives, you are in the right place. Expensive knives, budget knives, gas station, crazy stuff, customizations, and more. We'll see you on the next live Thursday night, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Inkosi. Stay sharp. We'll see you soon.